We're back. All right, I figured I'd come back. There's nobody around right now to play any games, to do anything. Why are my messages not sending? All right, that's weird. Anyway, usually I do these with my buddy, Mr. Pooty T. But he has a job now. Oh, that's why. Social stream shut down. That's fun. See if we can get that back going again. Mr. Pooty T's got a new job to where he can't do these with me anymore. We got to figure out a new plan of attack to be able to do these. So there's nobody around to play games. There's nobody around to do a podcast with. So we're just going to hang out and do some graphics. I thought that'd be fun. There we go. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send this over here so I can see it still. And we're gonna get over here and we're gonna make some graphics. Put a little music on, a little something in the background, and figure out where we left off. Trying to play catch up so I can then make this year's graphics. That's the plan, at least. Appreciate my buddy Joker getting me over. Some news today, last second. I ain't gonna lie, Friday snuck up on me pretty quickly. I think we stopped. We stopped on 117. Let's see, 116. No, we stopped on 117. We did Derek, did Lowry. Did Micah, we did Turpin, doing Ian. All right, so here's what we do. What up, Maniac? Shout out to Maniac. He's the reason I can do all this. He gets me my photos, and when I found out what he does to do that, I was like, yeah, I just wouldn't make graphics. He goes and creates a custom franchise and gets the teams and I don't know how he does it. This feels like so much work, but he does it very quickly. And then takes these photos for me and allows me to be able to do my things. So this is what I do. I use Affinity Photo. I think I paid $60 for lifetime license. Way cheaper than... why am I forgetting the name of that other software? The one that everybody uses. Adobe Photoshop. Way cheaper, and I feel it does all the same stuff. So I get the little pen tool over here, and then I just start putting dots, which connect and make a line all through the body. Now, sometimes I'll do this. I just got to turn the fill to invisible. And if I drag it a little bit, it'll put a little curve to it. But I usually don't need to put a curve. Usually the dots do a good job. There's 1,000 ways to do this. I find this gives me the crispest graphic, crispest cutout for me to be able to use all over the place. So I've got probably hundreds of player cutouts on my computer. Probably could throw a lot of them away because the graphics have changed over the years. So starting to get a little useless. Got to turn off the magnet so it doesn't snap too. I don't want it snapping. I want full control. This is not fun. This is probably not fun to watch, but it's not fun to do either. This is what happens. This is all for the record graphics. And I'm trying to play catch up because I'm a couple seasons behind for some weird reason. And I want to get to catching up this year, and then I want to stay up with my stories this year on the Neon Sports page. I don't know what it's doing where you guys live, but it is pouring down here. We're under a flash flood to watch. Kind of nuts. Finally backed off, but it was pretty wild. OMFL, we're rolling along. Last season, season 120 of Madden 26, and it's been a bumpy ride so far. Some people like it, some people hate it. What I find funny is, it always gets really vocal early. And when we went to All Madden, there were some vocal people early, and then it quiets down. Everybody just plays ball, and we're back to being vocal again. And the reason I did it, we didn't get to really talk about this on Press Pass Live, even though I talked about it during the draft and stuff, and said it in chat. We lost the most owners this Madden. We played 2 seasons of All Madden, lost the most owners with the least amount of engagement. And it's just the vibe of the league said I had to do something. And when I did research, not that research is perfect, the research I did say that, you know, All Pro is going to be for the more realistic player. And with our rules and the way that we play, I figured that would be the best way to go. I still think All Madden plays better. You make a mistake, you just kind of back up. Anyway, I still think All Madden plays better, but I think it's much harder. The floor and the ceiling for All Madden can be, well, for some of us, it can be pretty close, which is good, right? Competitive games. What I found was, for those guys that unplugged, you know the owners, the floor was really low and the game became unenjoyable. And it's always a balance that we have to strike between, the game has to be fun. At the end of the day, we play for fun. So the game's got to be fun and competitive. And that's a tough balance to find when you have the Hurts, the Moneys, the Waynes, the Denvers, and the J-Bows. You get these teams that are just so good at this game. And you need it to be competitive so guys can compete with them and have a chance. It's also got to be fun for the Nightsongers and Nates of the world who don't win a lot. And that's a really hard balance to find. And really and truly, I came into this Madden with the same mindset. And I think I'm going to really try hard to stick to it next Madden. Is I'm going to take the time to make the right decision up front, and we're sticking with it. And people don't want to play, then they don't want to play. That's their business. But this back and forth that we've been doing the last few cycles just causes too much uproar. Even though one could argue that moaning and groaning in my chat is engagement. So I guess it's better than being asleep at the wheel. Like I felt like we were for most of that last season, season 119. Yeah, man, it's pouring down. I think it's supposed to pour down tomorrow. I feel bad because it's Jazz Fest. Jazz Fest is one of the biggest festivals in New Orleans. People come from all over the world to listen to some of the greatest music in the world. And it always rains. When you go out there, you know you're going to get soaking wet. I went all over the place with that word. Soaking wet. You're going to throw away your shoes. People buy shoes just to throw away after that festival. But you can catch some of the best music in the entire world. Some of the best artists in the world play here. I never go to Jazz Fest because I'm not a concert person. And the idea of being hot and wet sounds terrible. Even to listen to great music and eat great food. But it is a really good time. Alright, I'm almost finished with this one. So what happened last night? I'm not an NBA watcher. My team is not in it. But evidently something went down last night in that Knicks game. See, now we're going to cut out the blue. So the in between his face mask, we're going to cut that out. Again, this is a very slow, tedious way to do this. I do find it is the best way though. And it gives me, again, the cleanest, crisp graphic to kind of use really however I want. It's a little funky with these little tiny sections, but sometimes you can just be pretty general with it. It'll do what you need it to do. Oof. I was trying to read the chat and understand it. I couldn't tell who was passionate fan and who wasn't. All right, so we got the player cut out thanks to Maniac. All right, then we keep the background and we select both of these. So I want both the cutout, this part, and I want the background, this part. Doesn't look any different because it's layered on top of one another, but I want both. I'll select them both. I'm gonna copy. Come over here. I'm gonna zoom out because it's gonna be bigger than we want. I got a backgrounds folder and I got a players folder. So we're gonna lay it on top of the backgrounds first. We got to make it fit, so you can see it's way bigger. We're gonna hold Shift so it doesn't. It's anchored, won't go anywhere. Turn on our snap. Bam. Make it bigger. I don't like the size, so we're gonna make it a little bit larger. Something like that. I'm trying to look behind Turpin right now. That's sort of the point. Then I'm gonna put my player in my player folder, my background in my background folder. Do the background first. Background has a layer that I move around that's black and white, so we're gonna move that there. The layer is also 50%, so we're gonna make that 50. We're gonna turn off that background. We'll come up to players. Turn off Turpin, but we're gonna copy his effects, and we're gonna paste those effects. Usually I have buttons set up to do all this, but they got messed up and I need to fix them. So now it's all exactly how the last one was. He's a little too big though. So we're going to select him. Select the background. Make it a hair smaller. Like when you can see the whole player. There we go. That looks nice. All right. So now we got the cutout here. All right. He's in color. Background's in black and white and faded to 50%. So we got this really neat effect, right? Actually, I feel like maybe not. I feel like the way that one came out, it's a little dark, but either way. All right. So what did Mr. What are we, 117? We're gonna open this up. What did he do? Mr. Peters, pause, had a game record. So we gotta come up here to season record. We're gonna make that a game record. Why do I have that over there? I don't like that. Get over here. Single record holder, 117. We got to change the Cowboys to the Raiders. Do we have Raiders? See, I've got a bunch of pre-made ones that I've been making, right? I save them. I don't have a Raiders. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a copy of the Cowboys. Turn one of those off. Gotta zoom in a little bit. This is where it gets a little tricky. Is it LOS Vegas or LAS? LAS, huh? Is that right? so it's a little big. Make that 12. Nope. 13. 13, not 3. 14. 13.5. 13.8. 13.7 is where we're going to fall. Just bless me. How about a lighter silver? Nah, black. Alright, we're gonna go black. Coach J Bowles. Scoot this over. They want so much money. These quarterbacks are crazy what they are asking for. All right, he had 579 passing yards. So we're going to go to the stats. Change this to 579. Hold shift to bring this over. We're going to change the gradient to black. Silver. Let's do white. White's fine. We're going to do single game record. Passing yards. I'm going to change this from outline to just regular. Scoot this over. That's it. That's the template. That's how we do these. And that one's done. And we're going to go up here and export this. It's a JPEG that's compressed. And we're going to say Peters. That's it. And now we'll go off to the next one, which is going to be James Cook. Actually, let's close these. Not going to save it. Probably should have saved it. I usually do, but I didn't there. Alright, desktop. Downloads. Mr. Cooks. It's a cool photo. We're going to unlock it. We're going to zoom in and repeat. Same process. Some of these guys you gotta zoom in just a bit more. NFL draft all done. It's crazy how the NFL season over my years has become a year-round sport. It really has. I know we don't play games year-round, but there's news year-round. We have a local content creator. I'd love to do something like him, but now that I feel like it's oversaturated. There's a local content creator that does reaction content to a lot of the Saints videos that are out there. And so you almost killed two birds at one stone. You get like fresh content, but he's watching other content, so you can watch two pieces of content at once. And man, he's putting out 2 or 3 videos a day, and excited about the Saints. Be fun to go watch again this year. They're going to be a fun team. I don't know if they'll be a good team. I think they'll be competitive, and I think they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. Maniac, do you ever make it to any games? That's pretty far away for you, isn't it? I've been next to that stadium. I've never been in it, though. We're doing some training for Nike many years ago now. And they had us staying over by the stadium. Another thing I like about this is these photos get tough to see, right? Like it's tough to see these colors and the shadows and everything. So with this pen tool, you kind of craft the shape it's going to take. So it gives you some liberty. Sort of design it the way you need to and want to. You been to the new stadium? Well, I say new, it's been built for a while now, but I did fly over the old stadium way, way, way back in the day. That thing was something else. Yeah. I hope we started a little new family tradition, taking our grandbabies to a preseason game every year. That was a lot of fun last year, and they did really good. And the girl really enjoyed it. You know, she's at that age where she understands what's going on, and it's fun. We had a good time. Took them to some baseball games this year at LSU. They had a good time. It's fun making those memories. I'm thinking about doing a tournament. Talking with Pootie T right now. Picking his brain about some games, but I was inspired last night. AT&T does this video game tournament with all these big time streamers. And I was watching last night as they were having their draft. And what they do is they play 4 different games over 4 weeks. So 1 game a week. Pick a night. And they draft teams. And those teams go and play these games with specific kind of scoring. And they give away money. And it was just a neat idea. Now, we don't have a lot of money because I have already spent most on merch and giving away stuff. So there's not a lot left. There's some. So I was thinking about hosting a tournament with a couple shooters and a couple other games. And I'm talking with Pootie about what games, right? So like Battlefield will probably be in there. PUBG will probably be in there. we were talking about what's the car soccer game? Something league. Why am I forgetting the name of that? The soccer game with cars, whatever that was called. I know the golf game is free right now, so that could be a possibility. So you have, golf, a shooter, sports game. I wish Madden or 2K could be in it, but there's nothing you can really do as a team in those games. Rocket League, that's it. These things start to hurt after a while. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see these. These wrist pads. They're great when I'm like typing and stuff, but when I'm sitting here working on graphics, they hurt. I always got to move them. So Rocket League's a possibility, and the idea would be to have a sign up, maybe a $5 buy-in, because with $5 I can match with $5 from the league, and then we've got like $200 or whatever that we could give away. Anyway, draft teams of 4, so a team leader, and then they draft 4 more, so teams of 5, and then they pick their best 3 or 4, whatever game we're playing. If you ever do this and you get a red dot, it means, I don't know why it does it, but it means it's going to delete after, so I always have to go back and hit escape and it goes away. But anyway, and do it over the month of May or June, or probably June. Probably put the idea together through May, pitch it, see who would buy in, and then play it in June. $5, I feel like everybody can pitch in $5. It's not much. It's less than a cup of coffee. And then every team can win, $75 if they win one of the weeks. I took a picture of how they're giving away their money, and so I would need to sit and do the math. They're giving away $200,000, so I wish we had that, but we don't. And I think it would just be a fun community thing to do, and everybody stream, and everybody, we have a night that you're committing to for the whole month, every Thursday night for the entire month of June. And you pick your team and you stream, and then I stream your streams and commentate them. I just think it would be fun. Be a great little buy-in. So it's an idea I'm playing with. All right, we got him cut out. We got to go cut out his arm right here. But I'm trying to think what games. I think the golf game, that's definitely one. At least one battle royale, though I think 2 would be fine because they're just easy to get a lot of players into. And then, Rocket League's definitely an option. I'm sure there's some other games I'm just not thinking about that could be options. Turn this back on. Copy. Repeat the process. Shift, bring it down a little bit. Some of these players are small enough you can make them really big. With Ian's arm, I had to make him kind of small. Put the player one back up here. Copy the FX. We got a cool looking graphic. Raiders, where you at? That's not it. Where's it at? Oh, right here. I want the Chiefs. We don't have any Chiefs. So we're going to duplicate. Turn that one off. Why is it not working? No. why it's doing that. I always mess up Chiefs. Is it EIF or IEF? I always mess it up. Thankfully, there's always spell check for me. We're gonna make it 12.5. We'll make it 13. Can we make it 13.5? 13.5. Can we make it 13.2? 13.3? Nope. 13.2 it is. Look for Kansas City. Copy. Paste. Control. Turn on San Francisco for this one. Wait, what just happened? So I wonder what other games we could play. All right, what did my buddy here do? He did rushing yards per game. Should we do white? Let's do the yellow or whatever. I guess it's yellow. A white? Maybe not. Red? Let's do the red here.
What made this one?
348. I hope that's still the record, or I'm making all this for nothing. We're gonna go yellow, and we're gonna go red. And then for yards, we're gonna go yellow. Wait, why didn't it change? Eh? Rushing yards. Oh, that's why. And we're gonna move it. I feel like it is too close. There you have it. Another graphic. Save it. Export. Don't save. Oh, Nate, save it. You did the work. What are you doing? Our buddy Raj, I love him so much. He wild in these chats. He is a wild man. All right, downloads. So we did Peters. We're gonna throw that one away. We did Cooks. Now we want to do Cole. And shout out to my buddy Maniac making these. Super time consuming, as you can see. And so usually when I do these, I have to give up game night. I can't game and I have to just make graphics. And to be honest, it's been a journey the last 2 years, personally and professionally. And so my gaming nights, not including Madden, because it doesn't really feel like a gaming night. It feels like a requirement. Gaming nights where I can just turn the brain off and sit here and shoot people or do whatever we're playing. Those have felt few and far between. They haven't been, but it felt like it sometimes. I really needed them, so I guess just make this a priority this year and just take a night off and sit here and make graphics. And so that's what we're doing today. Probably got another 20 minutes or so before I gotta go. So this might be the last one we make. Eat some crawfish tonight. If you're watching this later, I want to know what you think about your team's NFL draft. I know that became a mailbag question for the OMFL. I'm excited about the Saints. Again, I don't know if there'll be a great Madden team. There's a lot of rookies, a lot of young players, and usually those players don't get rated very well in Madden. I hate that NFL rookies always much lower than the Madden generated rookies. It just doesn't equate in my brain sometimes. But I do think they're going to be fun on Sundays. Tyler Shuck feels like the real deal. I think it's hilarious that a 26-year-old man is considered old. Even though the Tom Brady's and Drew Breeses and I'm not putting Shuck on their level of play, but a lot of these quarterbacks play into their 40s pretty easy nowadays. Especially with the rules. You can't really touch the quarterback. So Shuck's got a long time. He can still play until he's 40. I also really like this playlist because it's just kind of a chill playlist. Just music. I don't have to worry about copyrights. It is available on Spotify. Just search my name. Pull it up if you dig it. I also find it very intriguing that we've got no news about Madden or NCAA or anything. Especially NCAA, because that game drops in 60 days. And there's nothing. That kind of worries me a little bit. Rod finally answered me after a couple weeks of messaging him and just having to move on without him, without an answer. I understand people are busy, especially him, but none of us are so busy that you don't have 30 seconds or less to type a yes, no, absolutely, something, respond some way, somehow. And I think that's what is a little bit different about, I think, me and a couple other guys here, right? Where this is a big part of my dedication of creating this place, the guys in the OMFL, but also the community as a whole. And I get really disappointed every time somebody has a new bright idea about something they want to run with, which I fully support, and it just falls apart. I think recently we had a guy that wanted to run the NBA league and put a logo together and had me do some chats for him, and it didn't last 2 weeks. It just went away. I think I talked with Simple a couple weeks ago, whatever. Maybe it's months now. About doing some NHL stuff, and it just kind of goes away without ever hearing anything. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand it. The shooters have died off. I mean, there's no conversations about the new Warzone game. Very few of us play Battlefield. PUBG completely died. I mean, that was one of our bigger groups in this entire community. And it is completely dead. So much so I took the chat down. Our Xbox League here, or community here, totally went away. Of course, their owners had some really terrible health situations, but we just haven't been able to get anybody else from the Xbox community to really engage with us. And there we go. Got him cut out. This time we're going to save. So you can get really detailed if you want. Usually I do, but for these graphics, you don't really need to. You can do something like this, and you can really fine tune it. It looks ugly when you're that close, but when you zoom out, it really cleans itself up. All right, let's I'm gonna export coal here as a PNG. Select both of these and repeat the process. The quarterbacks, you got to make them smaller because their arms are in it. And this guy's massive. Whatever happened to him? Is he still the quarterback for the Browns? I think I lost my buddy Maniac. He's not talking. Just out here talking to myself. All right, what did Coles do? He's He's rookie season passing touchdown. So we got to come up. Rookie single season. There we go. Single season 117. Not James Cook. Anthony. We have Browns. Let's see. Cleveland Browns. It's all good, brother. I'm just out here talking to myself. Sorry, I knew that this wasn't going to be something people were really tuned in for, but I just want to stream. I want to do something different. 41 passing touchdowns. Pretty good season. I like to layer it behind. I think it just gives it a neat look. Passing touchdowns. We're going to change that to this. We're going to make that orange. There we go. Rookie single season record holder, season 117. Anthony Coles, Little Koch. 41 passing touchdowns. We're done. Is he still the quarterback for Little Koch? I couldn't remember if he bought him over or not. Hey, I didn't hear you be home. I just messed around making graphics, streaming. Guy in my chat. You ready to go? Oh my goodness. Too old to even stretch. I got dizzy. Alright, Mr. Maniac. I guess that's it. I'm gonna finish saving this. Single season passing touchdowns, season 117. He didn't bring him over? I didn't think so. Cool. Well, I may come back and do this some more. Who knows? I need to take a couple nights and finish these off, so I'll be back a little later tonight, maybe, hopefully. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? But yeah, appreciate you hanging out with me, Maniac, giving me some company. All right, we'll see you. Peace.
Smash that like and subscribe.